Imagine this scene. It's a quiet afternoon. The sunlight filters through the blinds as a glass of red wine is poured. The delicate aroma fills the room, and with the first sip, a feeling of relaxation and well-being flows through your body. Maybe it's an ice-cold beer after a long workday, or a smooth liquor shared with friends at a family gathering. This small ritual, so common in millions of homes, has an effect that goes beyond simple pleasure. It connects with emotions, memories, and traditions that have accompanied us for years. However, if you are a man concerned about your prostate health, you may have wondered at some point, could these drinks, which seem harmless and even enjoyable, be affecting my prostate? Is there a difference between having an occasional glass and drinking several every day? I have seen many men ask these same questions, worried about how their daily habits might influence prostate function and increase the risk of conditions like benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, or prostate cancer. Before we continue, I'd love to know something to connect with our community. From which city or country are you watching this? Write it in the comments. It's always great to meet people who truly care about their health, and it helps me create more useful and relevant content for you and your region. Let's get straight to the point. Alcohol, unlike other beverages, is a chemical compound with multiple effects on the body. It contains ethanol, which acts on the central nervous system, producing relaxation and disinhibition. But it also generates byproducts such as acetaldehyde, which can be toxic to cells. Moreover, some drinks, such as red wine, contain polyphenols and antioxidants that, in small amounts, could provide benefits. This contrast creates great confusion. Is alcohol an occasional ally or a silent risk for the prostate? Why is alcohol consumption so deeply rooted in our culture? From the historic taverns of Europe to family gatherings across the United States, sharing a drink has long been a symbol of celebration and togetherness. In many cases, it's not just about the alcohol itself, but about the ritual that comes with it. Toasting, talking, relaxing. This social dimension often makes medical warnings about alcohol feel restrictive or even unnecessary. As we move forward, we will analyze the relationship between alcohol and the prostate from different angles, its possible benefits, its associated risks, how individual responses vary, and what practical strategies can help maintain prostate health without giving up social life. To understand how alcohol can affect the prostate, we first need to learn a bit more about this organ. The prostate is small, about the size of a walnut, located just below the bladder and surrounding the urethra, the tube through which urine leaves the body. Despite its size, its function is crucial. It produces part of the seminal fluid and contributes to the balance of male hormones. As the years go by, it's common for the prostate to undergo changes. One of the most frequent is benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH, a non-cancerous enlargement of the gland that can make urination difficult. Other men may develop prostatitis, an inflammation that causes pelvic pain, urinary urgency, and discomfort while urinating. And of course, there is the risk of prostate cancer, which increases with age and can be more aggressive when certain risk factors are present. Alcohol consumption is related to these processes in various ways. Recent studies have shown that alcohol can influence prostate inflammation. Regular excess intake of ethanol increases levels of inflammatory cytokines and oxidative stress, creating an environment that can irritate the prostate and worsen BPH symptoms. On the other hand, some compounds present in certain beverages, like the polyphenols in red wine, have shown antioxidant activity that could, in theory, partially counteract these negative effects. It is important to highlight that the relationship between alcohol and prostate cancer is not simple. A meta-analysis published in 2018 in the journal European Urology indicated that excessive alcohol consumption, especially of distilled spirits, is associated with an increased risk of advanced prostate cancer, while moderate consumption of red wine may not significantly raise the risk, and in some studies, even show a slightly protective effect. This suggests that the amount, frequency, and type of drink are key factors. Additionally, alcohol has a diuretic effect that increases urine production and can worsen urinary symptoms in men with BPH or overactive bladder. This means that high intake can lead to more bathroom trips during the day and night, stronger urinary urgency, and a weaker flow. In men with chronic prostatitis, Even moderate amounts of alcohol can intensify pain and pelvic discomfort. Not all men react in the same way. Genetics play a role in how we metabolize alcohol. Some people process ethanol more slowly, increasing their exposure to toxic compounds. Diet and lifestyle also play an important role. A diet rich in ultra-processed foods, heavily seasoned meals, or frequent alcohol consumption can further irritate the bladder and prostate. In the next part, we will explore in more detail the positive and negative effects of alcohol, including scientific studies, how individual responses vary, and we will begin to share practical advice for safe consumption. I will also introduce a fictional clinical case to show how small changes can have a significant impact on prostate health. Now let's take a closer look at how alcohol can influence the prostate, starting with its possible positive effects, although always in the context of moderate and responsible consumption. Some studies suggest that certain compounds found in beverages, such as red wine, may have antioxidant effects. For example, polyphenols and resveratrol have shown in preliminary research the ability to reduce oxidative stress and cellular inflammation, two factors involved in the development of prostate diseases. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition in 2015 observed that men who consumed 1 glass of red wine per day had lower levels of inflammatory markers in their blood, although the protective effect on the prostate still needs to be confirmed through larger studies. However, these benefits depend greatly on quantity and frequency. Drinking occasionally and in small amounts can be safe, while excessive, regular, or daily consumption can cancel out any possible advantage and lead to important adverse effects. Among the most relevant risks associated with alcohol consumption are several aspects that directly affect prostate health. First, alcohol can increase urine production and irritate the bladder, which worsens urinary symptoms in men who already suffer from benign prostatic hyperplasia or prostatitis. In addition, excessive consumption, especially of distilled beverages, has been linked to a higher risk of developing advanced prostate cancer, as shown in a meta-analysis published in European Urology in 2018. Chronic alcohol use can also alter the production of testosterone and other sex hormones, indirectly affecting prostate health. Furthermore, excessive alcohol contributes to overweight, obesity, and the development of type 2 diabetes, conditions that increase the risk of BPH and other prostate disorders. Finally, drinking alcohol, especially at night, can interrupt the sleep cycle, increasing chronic inflammation and affecting both cellular recovery and the immune system's defense capacity. All these factors highlight the importance of consuming alcohol in moderation and with awareness to protect prostate health. It is essential to understand that not all men react the same way. Genetics determine how we metabolize alcohol. Some people have enzymatic variants that slow down ethanol breakdown, increasing exposure to harmful compounds such as acetaldehyde. Diet and lifestyle habits also influence the response. For instance, a diet high in ultra-processed foods or combined with smoking can worsen urinary irritation. Age and pre-existing prostate conditions are other factors that increase vulnerability. To illustrate how these factors appear in real life, let's look at the story of one of my fictional patients. We'll call him Richard, a 64-year-old executive who used to drink 2 glasses of wine almost every night. He came in concerned about nighttime urinary urgency and mild pelvic pain. After a full evaluation, we detected early-stage BPH and mild signs of prostate inflammation. The first strategy was to adjust his alcohol intake. Instead of drinking wine every night, we suggested limiting it to 1 glass 3 times per week, preferably accompanied by food and always alternating with water to stay hydrated. We also added daily 30-minute walks and recommended reducing the consumption of ultra-processed foods. After 4 weeks, Richard noticed fewer nighttime bathroom visits, a more comfortable urine flow, and a reduction in the feeling of urgency. This example shows how small, consistent changes over time can make a remarkable difference, even without completely eliminating a social habit like moderate alcohol consumption. In the next part, we will develop detailed strategies and practical advice for safe consumption, including tips on quantities, types of beverages, hydration, timing, and natural remedies to support prostate health. Now we arrive at the most practical section: how to enjoy an alcoholic drink without compromising prostate health. The key lies in moderation, planning, and complementary habits that protect the body. First, Quantity. For most men over 60, moderate consumption means no more than 1 glass of wine or beer per day, or a distilled drink no more than twice a week. Exceeding these limits regularly can increase the risks of prostate inflammation, urinary irritation, and, in the long term, advanced prostate cancer. Second, the type of drink. Red wine contains polyphenols and antioxidants that could offer additional benefits. White wine and beer provide fewer antioxidant compounds, but if consumed in moderation, they can also be acceptable. Distilled liquors, because of their higher ethanol concentration, pose a greater risk of irritation and metabolic side effects if consumed regularly. Third, hydration. Alcohol is a diuretic, meaning it increases fluid loss and can irritate the bladder. Alternating each alcoholic drink with a large glass of water helps reduce urinary irritation and keeps the body hydrated. Fourth, timing. Avoid drinking alcohol late at night or right before going to bed, since it interferes with deep sleep and promotes inflammation. Having drinks in the afternoon, accompanied by food, is a safer strategy to minimize the impact on the prostate and sleep quality. Fifth, diet. Combining alcohol with balanced meals reduces gastric and urinary irritation. It is best to avoid excessive amounts of spicy, heavily seasoned, or ultra-processed foods that can intensify prostate inflammation. In addition, there are natural remedies and habits that can significantly complement prostate protection. Cerveza repens, also known as saw palmetto, is often used in cases of benign prostatic hyperplasia and can help relieve urinary urgency and reduce gland inflammation. Pumpkin seeds, rich in zinc and antioxidants, contribute to proper prostate function. Green tea provides catechins, powerful antioxidants that protect cells and help decrease inflammation. Lastly, turmeric, thanks to its active compound curcumin, has proven anti-inflammatory properties that can offer additional support for prostate health. Incorporating these natural remedies into a daily routine, together with healthy habits, can strengthen prostate protection and promote overall well-being. General wellness habits are also fundamental. Maintaining a balanced diet, exercising regularly, moderating alcohol consumption and avoiding tobacco, and getting regular prostate checkups, especially after age 50. To illustrate how these strategies work in practice, here's another fictional story. John, 67 years old, loved whiskey and used to drink 2 servings every night. He showed signs of BPH with frequent urinary urgency and a weak flow. We implemented gradual changes, reducing whiskey to 1 drink twice a week, alternating with water, pairing it with a light dinner, and adding daily walks. We also included supplements with Cerveza repens and green tea. After 6 weeks, John noticed a significant decrease in urgency, fewer nighttime bathroom trips, and greater pelvic comfort. The most important thing was that these changes didn't mean giving up social enjoyment, but rather reorganizing habits and adding protective measures. Another example, Peter, 61 years old, preferred craft beer. He experienced mild pelvic pain and interrupted sleep. We adjusted his schedule, no drinking after 6 p.m., always with food, alternating with water, and including morning walks. Over time, Peter reported better sleep, less pelvic pain, and reduced nighttime urinary frequency. These examples highlight a key principle. Prostate health doesn't mean giving up what you enjoy, but learning to balance habits, choose the right moments, moderate drink types, and complement them with protective strategies. In the next part, we will develop advanced advice and preventive strategies for men with a family history of BPH or prostate cancer, and we will delve deeper into the connection between alcohol, chronic inflammation, and prostate cancer risk, using recent studies to provide evidence-based information. Now we will address a crucial topic: alcohol consumption in men with a family history of BPH or prostate cancer, and how drinking habits can influence long-term risk. Studies show that genetics play an important role in prostate health. Men with first-degree relatives who suffered from advanced BPH or prostate cancer have a higher predisposition to developing these conditions. In such cases, alcohol consumption must be managed with special care. A meta-analysis published in BMC Cancer 2020 revealed that men with a family history who regularly drank alcohol, especially distilled beverages, had a significantly higher risk of advanced prostate cancer compared to those who drank moderately or avoided alcohol. Alcohol contributes to chronic inflammation, a key factor in the progression of prostate diseases. Excessive drinking increases the production of inflammatory cytokines and oxidative stress, which can irritate the prostate and, over time, lead to precancerous lesions. In addition, alcohol's diuretic effect can worsen urinary symptoms in men with BPH, increasing urgency, frequency, and pelvic pain. For these reasons, prevention and consumption planning become essential, especially for men at higher risk of prostate problems. It is important to strictly limit alcohol intake, keeping consumption to rare and moderate occasions, avoiding distilled beverages, and choosing options like red wine, which provides beneficial antioxidant polyphenols. At the same time, maintaining constant hydration is crucial. Alternating each alcoholic drink with a glass of water helps reduce bladder irritation and keeps kidney function in good condition. Diet also plays a key role in protecting the prostate. It is advisable to prioritize fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, and fish, while avoiding ultra-processed foods, refined sugars, and heavily seasoned meals that may increase prostate inflammation. Additionally, regular physical activity significantly contributes to overall well-being and prostate health. Walking, swimming, or performing low-impact exercises help maintain a healthy weight, improve circulation, and reduce the risk of benign prostatic hyperplasia and prostate cancer. Finally, supplements and natural remedies can offer additional support. Serenoa repens, green tea, turmeric, and pumpkin seeds provide anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds that promote healthy prostate function. Integrating these habits and strategies into daily life allows men to care for their prostate health in a balanced way, combining prevention, a healthy lifestyle, and natural measures that strengthen overall well-being. To illustrate the importance of these strategies, I will share the story of a more complex fictional patient, Andrew, 65 years old, with a family history of prostate cancer since his father had been diagnosed at the age of 72. Andrew drank wine and beer almost every day and had mild BPH symptoms, urinary urgency, and difficulty falling asleep. A personalized plan was implemented which included reducing alcohol to 1 glass of red wine 3 times a week, alternating with water, adjusting the drinking schedule to avoid nighttime, always consuming alcohol together with food, starting 40-minute daily walks and adding natural anti-inflammatory supplements. We also began a prostate monitoring program with PSA testing and an ultrasound every 6 months. After 3 months, Andrew reported significant improvements, such as less nighttime urinary urgency, a more comfortable urinary flow, and an overall sense of well-being. The most important result was that by reducing and controlling his alcohol intake, it was possible to decrease prostate inflammation without removing social moments entirely, which strengthened his adherence to the prevention plan. In addition to individual changes, science supports that the combination of alcohol moderation, an anti-inflammatory diet, regular exercise, and periodic medical monitoring is the most effective strategy to reduce risks in men over 60. A study published in 2021 showed that men who followed these habits had 30% less risk of BPH progression and 20% less risk of advanced prostate cancer. In summary, prostate health is a balance. It is not about eliminating every pleasure in life, but about understanding how each choice, such as type of drink, amount, frequency, diet, and physical activity, influences our body. The combination of moderate habits, evidence-based prevention, and regular medical follow-up allows people to enjoy social life while caring for the prostate effectively. In the next part, we will develop a final summary with practical daily advice, integrating everything learned, such as strategies for safe alcohol consumption, lifestyle habits, natural supplements, and warning signs that indicate when to consult a doctor. This will give viewers a complete guide to prostate health related to alcohol. We have reached the conclusion of our discussion about alcohol and prostate health. Now it is time to summarize everything learned and offer a practical guide that can be applied in daily life, especially for men over 60. The first step is understanding that moderation is key. Limiting intake to 1 glass of wine or beer a day, or distilled drinks only occasionally, is essential. Frequently exceeding these limits can increase prostate inflammation, oxidative stress, and worsen urinary symptoms. The frequency and the type of drink matter just as much as the amount. It is also important to maintain consistent hydration, since alcohol is diuretic and can irritate the bladder and increase urinary urgency. Alternating each alcoholic drink with a large glass of water helps maintain fluid balance and reduces prostate irritation. Drink schedules also play an important role. Avoiding alcohol at night or right before sleep protects rest and reduces chronic inflammation. Drinking in the afternoon and always with food allows enjoyment without disrupting nighttime sleep, which is essential for cellular recovery and proper immune function. Diet should also be anti-inflammatory. Combining alcohol with balanced meals rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, fish, and lean proteins, while avoiding ultra-processed foods, refined sugars, and heavily seasoned dishes, helps reduce inflammation and supports prostate health. Regular physical activity is another essential pillar. Walking, swimming, or doing low-impact exercises helps maintain a healthy weight, improve circulation, and reduce the risk of benign prostatic hyperplasia progression and prostate cancer. Even 30 or 40 minutes a day can make a significant difference. There are also natural remedies that can complement these measures. Saw palmetto, often used for BPH, helps decrease inflammation and urinary urgency. Pumpkin seeds provide zinc and antioxidants essential for proper prostate function, while green tea contains catechins that protect cells and reduce inflammation. Turmeric, thanks to its active compound curcumin, has proven anti-inflammatory properties that can be very helpful. Periodic medical monitoring is fundamental. Men over 50, or earlier if there is a family history, should undergo regular PSA tests, ultrasounds, and urological evaluations. Early detection helps prevent complications and allows timely action if any change appears. It is also important to pay attention to warning signs. Any change in urination, such as increased daytime or nighttime frequency, sudden urgency, a weak or interrupted flow, and pain or discomfort in the pelvic area, should lead to reducing alcohol intake and consulting a professional. To illustrate how these strategies work in real situations, we can think about the case of Daniel, 66 years old, who enjoyed beer and wine almost every night. He had mild BPH and nighttime urinary urgency. After implementing changes such as reducing alcohol, alternating with water, adjusting the schedule, following an anti-inflammatory diet, and taking daily walks, he noticed significant improvements. He had fewer nightly trips to the bathroom, a more comfortable urinary flow, and a general sense of well-being. Daniel managed to balance his social life and take care of his prostate, showing that consistent small changes can be more effective than giving up the habits he enjoys entirely. Taking care of the prostate does not mean eliminating every pleasure, but learning to balance habits, plan alcohol consumption, maintain a healthy diet, exercise, and support everything with regular medical checkups. The combination of moderation, prevention, and natural strategies can reduce risks, improve symptoms, and allow enjoyment of social life without compromising health. Every choice matters. Controlling alcohol intake, drinking with awareness, staying active, and paying attention to any urinary changes can significantly improve prostate well-being. Listen to your body, make informed decisions, and turn these habits into part of your daily routine. Thank you for being part of this journey. Take care of your health, prioritize prevention, and remember that every action, no matter how small it seems, has a real impact on your quality of life.